Hariom. Welcome back to Story Time. Today, let us hear a story about a disciple and his guru and a curse. This was a curse uttered upon the snake folk by none other than their own mother Kadru. So, how did it all happen? Let us hear that today. There was a student of the great Gautama Rishi by the name of Uttanka. At the end of his education, the Guru was very pleased with him and did not even expect any gurudakshina. But Uttanka insisted, and therefore the Rishi asked him to get a pair of earrings from the king's wife, for his wife desired those. And so Uttanka set off. However, his master advised him, warned him that even Takshaka, who was the king of the snakes at that time, desired and coveted those earrings, so to be careful. Now, when the queen handed over the earrings to Uttanka, she too warned him that Takshaka also had his eyes on these jewels, so to be careful. Uttanka of course agreed, and carefully carrying these earrings, he came back to the Guru's hermitage. On the way, he saw a Digambar sadhu, sometimes appearing, sometimes disappearing. Now, a Digambar sadhu means a one who has given up his clothes and has accepted the entire space as his garment. As he was perplexed, he suddenly came upon a spring. Now, Uttanka was thirsty, so momentarily he placed the earrings on the ground and stopped to drink water. Then this sadhu changed his form, for he was Takshaka in disguise, and immediately swooping upon the earrings, managed to go into the earth and disappear. Uttanka immediately realized that it was none other than Takshaka and began to dig furiously with a stick. He wanted to pursue Takshaka right down into the depths of the earth. But what could a stick do? And so Indra, who was watching from the sky, gave the strength of his vajra into the stick. And with that, Uttanka managed to dig deep down and reach the realm of the snake folk. The world was totally different there. It was very beautiful, full of palaces, gardens, lakes. Everything was glittering with gems and beautiful jewels. And as Uttanka walked on, for he was in search of Takshaka, he saw two ladies weaving on a loom. There were threads which were black and white. And as he wondered who they might be, somewhere ahead he saw 6 lads turning a wheel with 12 spokes. Again Uttanka kept wondering who these might be, when suddenly a man on a horse stood in front of him. This man too was dressed in dark, and immediately Uttanka realized that this place was full of magic, and so he began to utter powerful mantras praising the devatas. At this, the man on the horse was pleased, and immediately he told Uttanka, "I am pleased with you, ask for a boon." And Uttanka said, "I wish to get the jewels back, for they are my gurudakshina. I have come in search of Takshaka." Now the man said that, "I bestow upon you that boon, and you just have to blow into this horse." As Uttanka did what was told, from the horse, smoke and fire began to emanate. Now, as we know, the snakes would soon be blinded by all this smoke and fire, and so the snakes began to writhe in agony, and Takshaka had to come out of his hiding place. As Takshaka came and produced the jewels and told Uttanka that he could now proceed to his guru's hermitage, the man on the horse offered Uttanka the very horse and told him that this horse would leave you right outside the door of your guru. And Uttanka prostrated and left. Now Uttanka began to understand the meaning of all that he was seeing there. The women at the loom were in charge of time. The black and white threads were day and night. The 6 lads were the 6 seasons, and the wheel with 12 spokes were the 12 months of the year. The horse was none other than Agni, and the man sitting on the horse was the one thing that could control fire, which was water or Varuna. And now he was at the Guru's door. The Guru was very pleased with Uttanka and blessed him, while Uttanka now had a new resolve. He decided that the snake folk were very harmful. They were cruel, they were poisonous, and they deserved to die. And so he decided to go to the king and declare war upon them. This would happen, but not only because of Uttanka. Now long back, right at the beginning of time, Kadru, who was the mother of all the snakes in the world, had once got very angry with her own children for they had disobeyed her. And it was the same time when all the devatas were in terror that these snakes would soon overpower the innocent mankind. And so it was the will of the devatas that had come out from the mouth of Kadru in the form of a curse. And she had proclaimed that they would perish once in the great fire sacrifice by a king. Hearing this, all the snakes were petrified, for they knew that one day this curse would come true. Even Kadru was full of remorse, but what could she do? That curse had come out of her own mouth. And even the devatas felt compassionate, because along with all the cruel poisonous snakes, there were also the innocent, simple, playful ones. And so the devatas went to Brahmaji, the creator, and asked him to bless them or do something to lessen the effect of the curse. And Brahmaji in his compassion declared that there would be born a redeemer. He would be a son born of a snake maiden and a holy man, and he would save them from the effects of this curse. And this was how all the Nagas or the snake folk lived in the netherworld, waiting for that day when this terrible curse would come into effect, as well as waiting with full hope for that Redeemer who would come and deliver them from that curse. So let us hear how this comes about in the next episode of Storytime. May this story inspire us never to give up hope. If ever something happens which is unpleasant or not to our liking, there is surely someone who is out there who will deliver us from the same. I hope you liked the story, and if you did, do share it with your family and friends. And I will be back next Thursday with the second part of this story. Until we meet again, Hari Om.